This is Beach Talk Radio.
Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all ships at sea. This is your captain speaking, Mean Gene. Mean Gene. The following will be a test of the ship's whistle, the sonar alarm, the cable alarm, and the atomic attack alarm.
Hello, America, and welcome to the #1 radio station in all of Fort Myers Beach. Beach Talk Radio. Here are your hosts, Kim and Ed Wright.
And welcome to Wahoo Willie's, everybody. A big round of applause for Wahoo Willie's, Tom. Thank you very much for coming. Wow, nice big crowd today. For those of you that don't know what we do a show here every Sunday with the mayor of Fort Myers Beach to give everybody an update on the rebuild. And there's always other things going on, so we have additional guests today. And we're going to bust right out of here today at 12 o'clock because the Boston Red Sox are playing the Minnesota Twins, and it's Jimmy Buffett Day at Little Fenway up by the airport. So we have a bunch of folks that we gave tickets away to. So that's why Kim's not here today. She's back at the house doing her hair so she can look stunning in row number 4 at Fenway Junior. Because
what row did she put you in?
I get a pair of tickets, four tickets actually. So Councilman King is joining us at the game today.
Very nice.
Excellent.
I have old radio friends that always have season tickets in Boston, and they have season tickets to the spring training game. So they always ask us if we want to go to a game, and it just so happened to be the same game as Jimmy Buffett Day. And we want to thank Margaritaville and the Boston Red Sox for giving us 10 tickets to give away. So there'll be a roll of yellow. I'm sorry?
Are they giving away bobbleheads?
They are giving away something. They're giving away some kind of thing, I think, today. So
now we understand why Kim stayed behind. She's going to get you a bobblehead.
So Christy Hennessy is here. Last night, the Lovers Key Gala was held at the big Lovers Key building.
Welcome in Discovery Center.
Welcome in Discovery Center, which is fabulous. And
if you haven't been there yet, go down there and check out that manatee sculpture.
Yes,
magnificent. Yeah.
And what's neat about it is when you're down below, it's beautiful. But then when you walk up the ramp and you get to the top, you realize what you're really seeing that's above it. At first, you're kind of like, what's a weird round piece of glass up there? And then when you get to the top, you realize what it's all about.
It's the water with the baby manatee breaking through.
Yeah, it's really neat.
Yeah,
and I don't know if anyone noticed last night, but I was clearly the snazziest dressed person of all last night. I looked like, I don't know if it was a banana or Mr. Mustard or something, but I had to go all yellow. I mean, even my underwear had yellow stripes on it.
We don't want to know about your yellow stripes in your underwear.
I tell you, every time I looked across the room and I saw him, all I could think of is, let me tell you something.
Wait, what is that? What is that about?
Jim Carrey, when he dressed up. Let me tell you something.
Everybody was so great about the comments, and it was so much fun, and it was so funny. But everybody wanted to get a picture with Mr. Banana. I mean, that was for sure. And I don't mean that in a sexual kind of way or anything. I just meant because this suit. Are there any kids in the house?
Well, then you and Greg Skazny was like ketchup and mustard.
I know. Greg was dressed in all red, and he looked great in that. And it was such a nice event, and the food was fabulous, and it was all for
very good, yes.
For the Friends of Lovers Key. So why is Christy Hennessy here? Well, because for the last couple of weeks, we've been collecting money for people to win a very nice prize, which she is going to explain.
Okay. If you didn't enter, you're missing out. Beach Talk Radio, Game of Chance, $25 for one.
Are you
ticket.
nervous? You look like you're a little nervous today. Are you nervous at all? You've been on the show like 50 times.
Well, she said she's a planner. I said, should we just ask people if they want to throw in at the last minute? And she's
I don't know.
No, I'm a planner.
Total confusion. You're totally
planner.
confusing.
Yeah. Well, I don't think
you're not going to read that whole thing again, are you? You're going to read that whole thing?
Okay, it was a fabulous package.
Yeah, everybody that registered knows what it was, Christy.
Going down.
How much money did you raise last night?
Over $100,000.
Oh, what was the highest bid on whatever you were?
I would say 13,000
for
what?
Yeah.
For what?
I think it was the Tennessee
Rosanna.
Trip to Tennessee.
Tennessee.
What was the lowest bid? The thing that people just said, "Oh shit, I better bid on that because nobody wants it."
Well, I don't know. I think the lowest bid was $100, but there was a lot of $100 that went
into the
funds.
bag.
I think they were looking for 120,000 to try to raise for the school, for the kid programs.
Yeah.
And they started at 15,000. I think there was a couple 15,000, and then it worked its way down to 100, and then a bunch of people.
Nice. So what did you say the total was?
Over 100,000.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
All right, so we didn't lose our place, everybody.
I think they should read it. People should know what they're
Okay.
winning.
All right, Dan. Whatever you say, it's your show, brother.
I'm glad you know that.
Come on, Christy. I got to be out of here at noon today.
Okay, I'll talk really slowly so it pains Ed.
Oh, jeepers creepers.
Okay, 3-day, 2-night stays at Gullring Resort. Am I doing a good job?
No, you're going too slow.
2-bedroom standard unit, 4 sets of beach seating
Nice.
provided by Mid-Island Water Sports. They're always
They're
willing,
awesome.
willing
Yes.
to help out. Beach seating for 2, and they can choose from an oversized umbrella with 2 chairs or a cabana with an overhead. And then, say it, Dan.
2 4-seater golf carts provided by Island Carts FMV.
It was so. Speaking of
Dan
golf
and
carts,
Tim.
one of the last night I go back and forth in case anyone's never watched the show. I just veer off into a different subject. But last night they were announcing the sponsors. And Seagate sponsored. They got a round of applause, and London Bay sponsored. They got a round of applause, and then the Whale sponsored, and the place went berserk. Like I said, I went up to Mike afterward, and I said, Mike, look, you drive your golf cart on the sidewalk, and people still love you, man. He goes, nobody's ever taken a picture of that. I said, don't worry, I have a picture of it. So
The Whales are huge supporters.
yeah, he's a good
of
sport,
everything,
though. By the way,
everything.
he had an interesting outfit on himself,
Yes,
and
he
I have
did.
a picture of that I'll post on the Facebook.
And you asked where he got it, and Don replied,
I don't remember.
China.
Oh, that's right. He bought it from China. I didn't know he flew to
We're a-
China just to get that
we're a lot
outfit,
of-
but.
Where a lot of the fancy.
So I bought that.
Sparkles.
I bought that banana suit. Like I ordered it on Amazon on Wednesday. It came on Thursday and didn't fit because I ordered a medium because I think I'm a medium. Everybody thinks they're a medium when they're really fat, and they're really an extra large.
It's the guns.
I know.
It's the guns.
But I got on Amazon, and it's like everybody recommends your medium, Ed. That's just all the recommendation. I'm like, wow, Amazon thinks I'm a medium, so I'm a medium. So I got it. I couldn't even get my arm in one side of it. So now you have to find the right yellow suit that comes in 24 hours.
Quick Amazon story, since we've been in such a rush to get through this.
Yes.
Yeah, quick Amazon story. One year when we were doing the trolley, the chamber does the trolley every year, and it was all music band. So we were going to go as Devo. So I ordered the Devo hats off of Amazon. Well, I won't say what I was going to say, but they were about this big. In the picture, on Amazon, they look like you don't take the time,
Right,
especially when
right,
you're hurried.
right.
They showed up and they were about this big. And then we gave them to a friend of ours, Ken, and he thought they were the cutest things
Nice.
ever. He's like, those are so awesome. They're like this big.
Does anybody in this audience even know who Devo is? Like, can you name one song from Devo? What song?
Crack that whip.
Yeah. By the way,
I don't know.
we have
Maybe
our
if I
friends
heard it.
from the Lions Club. We're going to
Yes,
be
sir.
on after Dan. Drew is here
Yes.
from the Lions Club. The Shrimp Festival Parade is back, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
It's going to
very
be
good.
very awesome. Everything is back. There's so many events going on, but we didn't lose our place, Christy.
No.
You are reading now. You are up to. Go ahead, Christy. Don't look at me like that.
You never go off track.
Never.
Ever.
I'm always on track.
Okay.
How does a planner work with that?
By the way, for anybody that tuned in to the show to hear me talk about the lady that ripped me a new one last night, I decided I'm not going to do it. I'm going to take the high road on this one for now. If I have a couple more drinks before the end of the show, you never know, but I'm just going to let it go because everybody has been so nice to us last night and today about everything that we've done. One person that rips into you, you just got to let it go. So I'm going to let it go for now. And actually, when Kim woke up this morning, she said, "You better effing let it go."
I knew that was
Is
going to
what
be
she
it.
said.
I
So
knew that was
she's
going to
the
be
bumper
it.
rails.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Christy.
She has power.
Christy, come on, man. You're slowing the shit down here. Come
Okay.
on. Kidding.
I'm often called slow.
Yeah.
I am.
Well, by the way, your husband was very snazzily dressed last night.
Yes.
Yeah, he dresses up nice.
Yes.
Man,
Yes,
that
he
guy can
does.
wear a suit.
Showstopper.
Yeah, showstopper. He didn't order it on Amazon.
I'm sure he didn't. That was custom fit
Brooks
right
Brothers.
there. That was a $7,000 suit that brother was wearing.
But there was a private bet going on whether or not your tie was a snap-on or
It was a real
Clip
tie.
it.
It was a totally real tie,
It
and I
was?
know how to.
Who tied it?
I know how to do a tie, man.
Look at you,
When I
show
was working at Radio Link, I had to go to all these conferences, so I know how to do it. I do know how to do a tie. How dare you think I don't
Well,
know how to do a tie for
It's like
crying out
riding a
loud?
bike.
I wasn't assuming. I was just.
I did have one of those clip-on bow ties, but I decided that the red tie looked better. So
There you go.
To Pee Wee Herman looking.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Let
all
me
right.
tell you
It's just
something.
like sitting next to Kim. Go ahead.
4 $50 gift certificates, Fresh Catch Bistro in Junkanoo, free park entry to Lovers Key State Park, private ranger tour of Lovers Key State Park. Am I going fast enough?
Yes.
And 10% discount at the Nature Nook gift shop, which if you haven't been in there, very nice
Beautiful.
products.
Wow.
It's not.
This is a real heavy bowl
I
here.
know.
Why did you bring like your your nice bowl?
Well,
You
because
could have
it's,
put it in a hat.
because it's yellow.
Oh, okay. Good one. All right,
Oh,
Dan.
look at that.
I'm breaking my sissy
Well, do you
wrist
want to
is
read
breaking.
the last part though? That's the important
Yeah.
part too.
Okay, so our mayor, our honorable mayor, he is going to pull out 2 winners. And then we have their contact on them. We will contact you unless you happen to be here today. But I wanted to tell you that 100% of the funds that folks raises stays in the park. So when you pay your park entry and you go in, that goes to the state, which is great because Lovers Key State Park is always in the top 2 state parks in the entire state. So
Yeah.
So
A lot of people don't know that.
I know,
The
that's
state
great.
depends on us to do well, which we do.
What I heard last night, which was cool, because the first time I went down to the end, have you ever gone to the end of the beach or the end to get to the beach and the gazebo was there and the bathroom was there? The first time I went down there and saw that everything was gone, like the gazebo was gone and the bathrooms, there's no buildings there. You get out to the end of that road and it's just sand now. It's just like, and then the gentleman, Jim got up last night and he said the gazebo's coming back, which
Yes.
was freaking great news because nobody can build anything on the beach anywhere.
Right. So I was on the gala committee, but I'm also secretary on the board of
La di da.
Lovers.
You're on all
Okay.
kinds of committees.
I'm a muckety muck.
Yes.
And
Folks, the tent last night was filled with muckety mucks. Yeah. Go ahead.
And some damassery.
Yeah. Oh, there was Damassery.
I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
what's that? Oh,
The Damassery is
Damassery.
it was at my
I don't
table.
know.
That's
I
for damn
wasn't-
sure.
I read it more than I hear it. Okay.
All right, let's draw a winner. Come on.
Okay. Well,
Let's draw winners.
the money that everyone that
We got a
purchased
baseball
tickets, I want you to know, I don't care. The money that we raise goes to support the park rangers. We have the best park rangers in the entire state. Educational programs, huge for adults with photography, art, nature. Excuse me.
Want some water?
No.
All right, the winner is
And summer camps for kids,
the winner is
including scholarships for underprivileged children who wouldn't even be able to come to the park. So they get to have this fabulous experience. And it's not cheap. It doesn't come cheap. It's very high quality. And then what we do with the money as well, sustainability of the park for now and future generations.
and the first winner is Dan. Come on, man. All right. Now, what do we have on there? Email addresses, names? What's on there?
Whatever they had when they paid on Shopify.
Alan
Oh,
Shanowski.
Alan
Mr.
Shanowski. And you know what?
Mr. Taj Mahal Pierre himself is our first winner, Alan Shanowski.
And he bought 5 tickets.
Oh, you
Nice.
put on there how many they bought.
Yeah.
So
So
All right,
that's,
all right.
that's
And
how
the
I figured
second
You're
it
winner-
calling
out.
them to task.
And the
Well-
second winner is
So what are you trying to get to here?
I'm trying to get to some serious questions that we have for you, like the blinking lights on Old San Carlos.
Heather Patton.
I had
Heather Patton. And
congratulations to Heather and Alan.
Heather bought
5 tickets.
5 tickets.
Can I have this bowl? Is it for mine to keep now? Okay, that's a
I think
no.
it's-
That's a hard no.
I would sell it to him for whatever, $25 per piece of paper.
Yeah. Oh, get out of here.
And then we can draw.
All right,
See if,
Chrissy.
see if it's in the drawing.
Christy, I think I
Come
see
on.
a drink over there at your table for you. So can we get a big hand for Christy Hennessy and the Friends of Lovers Key and their event last night? She's always a good sport because I'm a jackass trying to move things along. All right. I know I am. If Kim was here, she'd be slapping me to Tuesday, which is what she would have done to that lady last night if she was actually sitting at the table when she was cutting into me.
You're assuming that Kim didn't
you know, when we were driving home, Kim's like, why does that shit always happen when I'm not there? Why do people pick on you when I'm not there? It's okay for me to do it, but nobody's allowed to do it if I'm not sitting there. And it was like, yeah, I mean, we've got an unbreakable bond, the two of us. It's like, you got to stick together.
I don't think I'd want Kim mad at me.
No. And she was like,
She's
turn
tough.
this beast around. We're going back. I'm like, no, we're going home.
Can you
The
imagine if
dogs.
you still had the Hummer? She'd have drove through that tent like.
All right, Dan, give us
let's do it.
what's going on with these flashing lights? Even last night they were flashing again,
It's-
two nights in a row.
I would
For
like,
anybody that doesn't know, if you come here at night,
it's a disco.
it's a discotheque on this road here. What
a
happened?
disco. Well, it's cool for about 3 minutes. It's all Frankie's fault. I don't know if he's watching, but it's all Frankie's fault. No, so one half of Old San Carlos is powered by the transformer that's here at Bayside Park. The other one, it's kind of in that alleyway between the parking lot and Yucatan. So that's why that hasn't been fixed yet. There's a short somewhere between there and the lights is causing. So the electrician's got to get working on that to figure out. I think what's going to end up happening is they're going to have to pull all new wire, because the wire that, trying to get lights on as soon as you could after the storm, there was water and obviously all the conduits. So I think they're going to have to probably pull all new wire. Anybody that's ever dealt with electrical knows that finding a short is.
But
is
why
very
not
difficult.
shut them off or something? I mean, it almost seemed like it makes
What
it
would we have to
worse.
talk about then?
Huh?
What would we have to
I
talk
know.
about?
Well, I've got other things to talk about. Don't you worry about it. But
No, it's going to be. And then we had an issue. We had to go back and forth with FPL where that transformer is on the north side. It's literally like 4 feet away, and they didn't want to pull the overhead wire from the pole to because there's a palm tree. Long story longer, it's done.
Yeah,
it's finished now. So hopefully we'll have lights on Old San Carlos here in the very near future that
So-
don't blink.
we were driving from Lover's Key to Wahoo Willie's because Kim needed to go to the bathroom. You guys know how she is. She's got to go to the bathroom every 15 minutes. So we came all the way
There
down
goes your
here,
security.
and we saw the flashing disco lights. But on the way down here, it's so dark on Estero Boulevard. You are so afraid you're gonna run over a drunk person.
It's dark.
And so for years we've been talking about these lights, and it seems like every meeting you have, we get closer and closer to those little red lights you're gonna put in.
Little red light. You just like to stir the pot. I know. I saw the post go out, and right away I called Andy and said, Andy,
Which post is that?
well, the town put out a post, and I don't know why it is, but when people see the words turtle lighting, they assume that it's not safe for humans. And why are you protecting the turtles and you're not protecting the city? It is safety lighting for everyone. Is it the optimal light that could be out there put on there? No, but it meets all the requirements that are needed to provide public safety as well as environmental things that we have to follow. It's taken forever, as you know. I wrote an article for Sandy Sadness' paper that'll come out. I think it's next month or the month
Look
after.
at you writing articles for
Just to
other publications.
kind of give a little bit of brief history of where it came from the MPO study to now. And, just very briefly, the MPO study basically said, this is what it's going to take to do it. We know the lighting needs to be better. And then at the council meeting, it was challenged because if there was no amber solution looked at. And ever since then, it's been on a spiral. It's been a 7-year spiral of
and part of
who's
the
going to
issue,
pay for it. It costs extra.
right? But part of the issue is Lee County has decided, or did decide at some point, that Sarah Boulevard, which they own, doesn't need lights.
Well, if you had the MPO, in my opinion, had the MPO study not been challenged, and if anybody really wants to be bored, it's very informative. But if you go back to 2019 and watch the presentation from the MPO consultant that did the presentation, it was very informative and had everybody just said, okay, the lights would have been lit. But it was essentially challenged, and I don't know why it got so far down the rabbit hole as it did. But eventually the county said, we'll put 1.4 million in. You can either have the 1.4 million or we'll do the crosswalks. We said, go ahead and do the crosswalks. Obviously, then the hurricane hit, and it provided an opportunity to be able to get all of Estero Boulevard done, because it is a public safety issue, and we do have a requirement to protect the environment with the sea turtles. So it's a very, very unique system.
Yeah.
And what was difficult is getting all the entities, because you got the county,
Yeah.
you got the state, you got FWC, you've got the
The
town,
thing-
all trying to get to something, and we finally
don't-
got everybody to.
I don't know which meeting I was watching, but I or who said it, but it was like, is it a law? It might have been a council meeting. It is a law that you have to have these lights. Well, it's not really a law. It's a recommendation. But if a turtle disorients, then the town is screwed. It's like, the whole thing.
Yes.
There's no blueprint there's no rule book that's crystal clear.
Well, I think the frustration that I have with it is it's the fear of technology. It's the fear of it's a fear of what if. What if you put in this new dimming technology that's been around since the 50s and it doesn't actually dim? Well, what if someone leaves a shade open?
Let me ask you
you can't.
let me ask you a completely dumb question, because everybody knows that I excel at that, A+. So you have to protect the turtles during turtle season.
Right.
Nobody objects to that. No sane person objects to that. When turtle season ends, why can't there be bright lights on Estero Boulevard?
Well, there's a couple issues there. The argument is if you have two different colored lights and it's a dual, because we looked at trying to get the dual lights, the amber as well as the white light. They're all LED. So sometimes people get confused when you say LED, they think LED is bright white light. No, LED can be pretty much any color. It's just having a dual fixture didn't make sense. But my argument has always been during turtle season, yes, everybody's compliant or has to be compliant with turtle friendly lighting.
Right.
Outside of turtle season is when it's the darkest, the longest.
Yes.
And it's the busiest.
And
on
more
the island.
people are here.
And to be able to provide, if a business owner wants to put in an RGB light on their sign that can change from blue to green, why should it be a no? They know that they have to do things, and that's why you have code compliance to keep people in line. That's the mechanism to make sure people are doing what they're required to do. But to just flat out make everybody do the same thing because it's the easy path, or we don't want to understand technology,
okay,
or we don't want to implement.
But Dan, I don't think you're answering
no.
my question. You're the mayor. Why can't we go from amber during turtle season and white lights during the other season? How do we? We
should if that's what somebody wants to do.
Don't you want to do it?
I don't think Estero Boulevard needs to go to white lights. I think we fought too hard for too long to get to a yes from everybody. To try to uproot that and change that now doesn't make any sense. And I tell everybody, if you go to the Crescent Street light, which everybody loves to talk about, go there at night when there's no traffic, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, whatever it is, and look at what that looks like, how it's illuminated. Yes, it's amber. It's not the prettiest color in the world, but does it provide enough lighting to safely walk the sidewalks and cross the crosswalks? Sure, it does. That's exact same light that's going to be spread throughout the entire island.
Mm-hmm.
The same exact fixture. Everything's exactly the same. So you'll see from sidewalk to sidewalk, it'll have that 1 foot candle of lighting that is needed from the back of the sidewalk to the back of the sidewalk.
I think the challenge.
There'll be fixtures if you look at the
146 new poles coming.
No, it's 444 to 42.
I'm not good with math, so that's a lot of poles.
Well, the reason is because it's on the unregulated side of FPL. So you can't put lights on FPL's poles that they don't own. So because it's a town-owned system, if you look at the poles that are out here on the bridge, they're similar to that, but a little bit smaller.
You know, to me, I simplify it back to Governor DeSantis built the Sanibel Bridge in 3 days, and we still can't figure out how to light Estero Boulevard. I mean,
well, maybe I didn't have the right contact information.
Yes, I will give you the governor's cell phone number after the show, so you can ask him about. I mean, it's so silly to me that it's so dark on Estero Boulevard after all of this time. It's so dark. And I know you feel the same way.
It was dark before the storm. That's why we were fighting so hard to get it. But again, when you've got many, many jurisdictions involved, and it's not a cheap project. It's very expensive. So
the LPA has an open position. John McClain was on our show last week. I thought he did a killer job. He didn't answer a lot of the questions, but I actually think he didn't.
Well, you're asking questions. I watched it. You're asking questions that are you can't answer unless you see what's it. I mean, unless you.
I never do that.
No, right? No,
I never asked you a question.
And sometimes you get people to
right. Like I asked him how many wives he had. He said 4. Like, and they're getting married March 29th. I'm like, how do you have 4 wives, man? That's a lot of. I mean, that's a lot of sadness right there.
Currently have 4 wives.
He needs therapy.
You have had. Oh, she'll be number, but you don't still have the other 3.
Yeah. No. Well, he's probably
these are ex-wives.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's. He seems like a nice guy, so I'm trying to figure out how did he disappoint 3 other women. It's like it's hard to figure out.
Yeah.
But anyway, back. I didn't lose my place. So what were we talking about?
We were finishing up the lighting.
No, we were done with the lighting thing.
Okay,
the LPA.
The LPA.
Are you going to vote for John?
I don't know who I'm going to vote for yet. You'll find out on Monday.
March 4th, not
Yes.
this Monday.
I said Monday. I didn't say what.
That's right. So you have 3 candidates. Ed Schoonover, who's
Yeah.
going to be reading the ads because Kim's not here when I have to go to the bathroom at halftime. He's going to be reading the ads, and you also
You want
have,
me to read the ads? I'll read the
no, I don't want you to read the ads because it'll seem like that you're pocketing money, which is totally not you. But
I don't have glasses anyway. I couldn't. This
De-
is nice big font.
I know, right? Debbie Zaleski. I'm sure I'm saying her last name wrong. She's the 3rd candidate for.
How do you print? Megan has told me. So Megan makes something called sekele, and her last name.
That's the way it's spelled.
Like sekele.
Yeah, I
So-
think Megan's probably right, and I would never question Megan.
she's right over
yeah,
there. Give it
no,
a
I would
try.
never do that. So there are 3 candidates for the LPA, and really that's a super important position because
It
of all
is.
these projects
It is.
coming up.
Well, I think we're fortunate both through the council selection and then now through the LPA that not everybody wants to get involved because it is very time consuming. And what we're going through now, it's even more time consuming than it was
Yeah.
before the storm. So the fact that we have good qualified candidates willing to put their name in and sacrifice their time and their commitment to want to help better the island, I think is noble.
Yeah, and the thing is that there are people stepping up. I mean, there were 5 people that wanted that town council spot. There were 3 people that wanted this LPA spot. There were like 8 people that wanted to be on that useless Murph committee that wanted to get on that committee. So there are people that are stepping up and want to be part of the rebuild, which is great to see
It
down
is.
here.
It
I mean,
is.
the more the merrier. So
That's one of the best things about this island. There's so many people want it. Whether you were here 40 years or you were here 4 years, everybody is committed to making sure we get back to better than where we were before. And the fact that we have so many people willing to put their name into it and go through the scrutiny of the Ed Ryan show and all the other ones that it's nice to see people doing it.
It's so just so you guys know, I was doing a little video last night at the Lovers Key thing, and I saw Matt Price, and Matt Price works for Seagate. Seagate is the company that bought the red coconut, and he said, I'm going to be talking to you soon about what's going on over there. So I don't know how soon is soon, but I mean, and you've seen pictures.
I have.
The town, you see, the thing that is strange is, to me, not, I don't know if it's strange or not, because I don't know what this whole process is. The town council has seen pictures of what the red coconut, the Seagate people plan to propose.
Actually, that's not 100% true.
It's not true?
I've seen renderings of an idea,
Oh, okay.
but I think through their conversation with the public and through council
Might be
members and
different.
staff, my understanding is it's not what I had originally seen.
Oh,
So
okay.
I haven't seen that.
My feelings are hurt that I haven't seen pictures that I could share with the public because, I mean, other than Outrigger's a big thing, Santini Plaza is a big thing, Times Square is a big thing, but once the red coconut proposal comes up, everybody wants to know what's going on there.
I think it's going to be interesting to see because now it's like everything is coming full steam, right? You got all these projects that are coming at one time, it seems. And what's so far, everything we've seen, everything is a little different. It's a little unique. Some are smaller than others.
Yeah.
Some are bigger than others. Some are asking for different things. Not every project is the exact same. So
Right.
it's going to be interesting to see how it goes through the staff process, the LPA process, the development agreement, if we can finally get that taken care of one way or another. But I think once we get everything in place, it's going to be interesting to see how the conversation goes and what gets approved and what doesn't.
One of the things that I think it's frustrating to me only because I watch all these meetings, I read all the packets. When there's a 400-page agenda, I read every single page of it, is that when I watch an LPA meeting and they spend 2 hours on somebody's pool, I just want to poke my own eyes out. It's like, can't the staff deal with a pool? Or like, you know, we always go back, and I saw Anita last night. We were talking about her fence. Her fence is like the example of how things can be different. You hire a staff to do a job, but it always seems like, okay, do we have to watch these 2 neighbors fighting over a pool? Why can't the staff just say, okay, you can have the pool or you can't have the pool? Instead of like you're rebuilding an island, can you just put that stuff like into the staff's pocket?
Well, that's the scenario that the process was set up to do. I don't know if that's the word of the day, but that's
What is the word of the day?
I
Ed?
don't even know.
He's slacking on that job.
Figure out. So had there been no objection, maybe that could have been a scenario. But the fact that there is an objection from a neighbor, that's why you have the LPA there. That's why you have the council there to make the decisions that, and in my opinion, it's not fair to leave to the staff because now you're putting the staff in a position. They're hired to interpret the code and give their recommendation.
Okay, all right, let's focus on that. Okay, you have a code. They're interpreting it. It's their job to interpret it. Why not just let it lie right there? That's the end of it.
Because maybe that's not what the neighbor wants in this case.
But tough toenails. I mean, the code is the code, right? I mean, move on to, or change the code.
Well,
What do you think? I mean, should that be a
let me give you
2-hour?
if that's the case, if the code is the code and the law is the law, I'll just use, when my daughter was born, I was doing 90 miles an hour in a minivan to get to the hospital so she could be born. I was speeding. The law is the law. I should have got a ticket, but I didn't get one.
How is
But the
that
law is the
apples
law.
and
I'm
apples?
just trying
Come
to use
on,
it as
man. But you're rebuilding an island, and they're talking about a pool. I mean,
but it's a pool that one neighbor is very much against. And it sounds like, in watching the meeting, the LPA meeting, it sounds like they're working with each other to try to come to a solution that they can both live with. Maybe by the time it gets to the council, they will have come up with a solution.
Okay, so
and then we don't have to worry.
Different scenario. You got Chad up there is trying to figure out in his mind how to interpret the code, because he's not coming out and saying it, but I read between the lines and him saying, you're not giving me clear direction. The Nervous Nellies need turtle lights or not? The code says they need turtle lights. It doesn't make sense that Nervous Nellies needs turtle lights. They're so far away from the beach. He's trying to get direction. It sounds like the code's messed up.
Well, the code says if it's visible from the beach. Well, some of the lighting is visible from the beach. And I think that's what Chad is trying to interpret. Now, I don't know of a last time, and maybe this is something that someone can enlighten us on. I don't know that there's been a false crawl on the north end of the island as long as I can remember. Usually it's on the south end of the island because it is always so inherently bright up here with all the businesses, and
something crazy is going on. It's like a car show behind us, but we love the activity. It's just
so I understand your point, and I understand the frustration. Chad's put in a hard spot. He's got a code that reads one thing, and then he's got people pushing from both sides. To me, it's common sense. If it's got to be amber during turtle season, then make it amber during turtle season. If it can be any other color outside of turtle season, then it should be any color.
I'm with you 100%.
It doesn't make sense to me.
So by a round of applause, I know we're flipping all over the place. By a round of applause for anybody in this audience that's been paying attention, do you agree that the outrigger should be 17 stories? If you are, clap. We got one person over here who happens, never mind. So if you don't think the outrigger should be 17 stories, clap. Now you're the mayor. When that comes before you, you're going to vote for 17 stories?
Well, you asked one question. Ask another question.
Go ahead.
If it was 4 stories, but they want to double the density, should they get it? No
4
claps.
stories. Wait, 4 stories. How could you double that density?
Let me ask you this: and I'm just asking questions because if you're going to ask a question, you have to ask all the questions.
Okay.
That's the point of not being. You have to know, right? So 4 stories to double the density.
But right now the proposal.
Nobody clapped, right? But what if they said? What if they said 17 stories, but we're only going to take half the density we had before? Would you support it then? Look at everybody's. They're thinking about it.
Because
That's
I think not everybody including me, not everybody understands the density. What that means. What does that mean? I think when people see 17 stories, they see 17 stories and they say, "Holy shit! The parking is going to be a mess. The traffic is going to be." Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't see the kids there, and I said the S word. Jeepers creepers. So then they see, I can't. The traffic is going to be 17 stories worse. That's what they see.
But
I don't know that that's
it's
right.
17 stories
or wrong.
It's going to be interesting, and until you actually see the final proposal that comes before the LPA and the council, it's all speculative. It could be.
100%.
But my point was, if you're asking about just specifically height, well, there's so many other things that go into it. You look at some proposals that have been out there that look beautiful, but they're double, and you know what I mean.
Let me ask the next question. If you've
all.
seen the Meyer side, have you seen the Meyer side picture? Clap if you were in favor of Meyer side. I'm not. I thought there was going to be more applause than that because it's 3 times the density, right?
Well, and
right now it's 3 times the
I think
density.
what we need to really talk about, and I know I keep saying infrastructure. Maybe that should have been the word of the day, but I keep talking about infrastructure because just think for a minute. If we don't allow one variation, one deviation, one change to the code, whether it's residential or commercial, we are already going to be way more dense than we were before the storm, just by what people can build back by right. And that's not allowing any deviations. So you have to take that into consideration. We have a storm sewer system that was broken before the storm. We're looking down the barrel of $100 million in debt to fix it.
That's crazy.
That's before you put one house up, before you put one.
Why doesn't the town charge impact fees on these developers?
We're talking about it.
I mean, why? I think you should. At this point in time, you can.
Well, there's a lot of impact fees that get paid, but very, very little, if any, comes to the town of Fort Myers Beach. It goes to the school.
Yeah.
It goes to Lee County. It goes to transportation. It goes to everything except for the place in which the density is being built.
I love the audience participation. So if you are in favor of building back the pier the way it was, only more resilient, clap your hands. Thank you. If you're in favor of a Taj Mahal pier, clap your hands. Oh,
It's not our decision.
right. But you have members of the town that are asking the county for money for a project that belongs to the county, which is very interesting.
It is. It is very interesting. It's, as I said in the meeting, I mean, if it comes to the point where the town has to put money in to make that pier bigger, the town doesn't have the money to do that.
Nope, not right now.
If we have $5 million, because that's the number that was thrown out there to spend on something. We have far greater needs. We all want the pier back. We all love the pier. The pier is going to be built back. We
Yes,
know
it is.
It's going to be stronger. It's going to be more resilient. What exactly it looks like, we don't know yet. And is it going to cost more money to be bigger, better? Yes, probably. Are there ways to fund that? Certainly. And everybody's open to listen to it. But if it comes down to I have to make a vote to put taxpayer money from the town of Fort Myers Beach into making a bigger pier, I will vote no.
Yeah. Well, I think when we put the question out there, if the taxpayers wanted to pay more in ad valorem taxes, they were like, no. I mean, a few people said they would,
Well, I
but
think,
not a lot of people said they would. They're
the
trying to
everybody's
rebuild their
talk-
houses for crying out
Well,
loud.
everybody's talked about the facts about the Times Square is the busiest beach access of all Lee County.
Mhm.
Yet it's not eligible for TDC funding. That doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
And if it's something that the town is not doing, if it's vacating the road, whatever it is that we have to do to get that within the realm of being available for TDC funding, that solves a lot of issues. I believe it's not going to pay for the pier, but it will definitely help create the conversations or make the conversations easier
the
to
pier
get funding.
The pier thing is so interesting because for me, I feel like, and I asked somebody, I'm not going to bring it up. It was a private conversation. I don't see a huge outcry on Fort Myers Beach for a giant pier. I see an outcry of some people for let's get the pier built back as fast as we can so that it's there. I mean, honestly, I think people just care about the beach. They would rather see the beach renourished as fast as they can. And when I saw those truckloads of sand being spread out yesterday over on the south end, man, that looks nice. It's a super nice looking beach out there.
That's a huge public benefit. I mean,
Yeah.
that is something that helps save that we saw after Adalia. If it wouldn't have been for that berm, we'd have had way bigger issues. Even though the storm was 50 miles offshore, we would have had way bigger issues with flooding in people's houses that just fixed them. I mean, there was people's foundations they had to redo after Adalia because the water came into their foundation that they were just building because there was no berm in front of their place.
You know, and Anita was at the Anita Saracita, the former mayor, was at the event last night. It was great to see her, and she said, you know, of all the years that she's run that business, I'm kind of paraphrasing. No one's ever come into my business and say, "Damn, I wish that pier was bigger." You know, so I mean, and everybody has so much respect for her. I mean, do you think people would even notice if the pier wasn't rebuilt? They just want bathrooms in Lynn Hall Park so they can pee. So, sorry.
Well, but they're rebuilding. No, I mean,
I'm not saying there shouldn't be a pier. I'm just saying, I mean, there are so many, like the Times Square thing is going to take forever. And if you can get that where you can get TDC money for that, how golden would that be?
The important part has taken place. The Shinoskis and the FMB, they all worked very hard to come up with a plan, because when you go to the county, one thing I've learned is you can't just go and say, we want. You have to go there with at least showing that you did some homework, show some data, show some numbers. I think that was done. I think, but they've hired a consultant. To me, I get concerned sometimes with, you can ask and you can ask and you can ask. And I've learned over the last 2 years, you can literally see in people's faces that you're asking for help for where they've had enough.
Yeah.
They've literally had enough. And it's not because they don't want to help. It's because we are one group, one town, one entity asking for something. And there's 5,800 other people waiting behind us to ask for something that's important to them that has nothing
like
to
traffic
do with
lights.
us. So sorting through all of that is very difficult.
Yeah.
But I mean, the squeaky wheel definitely gets the grease, but what kind of grease are you putting on that wheel?
What
you know,
was that
you
right
got
there? What's going on there? Oh, that's the shrimp festival.
Oh, it's
Them
a shrimp?
folks are coming on next.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's a trophy.
some kind of trophy, shrimp trophy on the
It's
top
not a
there.
pink shrimp.
Is that what you win if you eat more shrimp than anyone else?
Are you going to enter the
I
shrimp
don't
eating
know.
contest?
I don't eat shrimp. I never had shrimp in my life.
What about hot
No.
dog eating contest?
No.
You look like you'd be a good hot
If there was a
dog eater.
rice cake eating contest, I'm taking that crown home, man.
Rice
cake eating contest. Yeah, I would
You
I
really
would
eat
win that.
rice cakes?
every day. Yeah. So
Does it help with the bathroom breaks?
I don't know if it helps or hurts, but I'm in the bathroom a lot, so maybe it helps.
Oh, I don't know.
So I posted a picture of a truck that's in Times Square. I don't really know a lot about weed or pot or marijuana or whatever you call it these days, or whatever it is, CBD or CDGBR, whatever's in that truck. I don't know what's in that truck.
I almost said CPD, but I don't think it's that.
But that truck is permanent in Times Square. They have a permit now, right?
I don't know if they have a permit yet. I know that they're going through the process. I know the staff has looked at it. I know our legal team has looked at it to make sure we're not violating any ordinance, and both have said it is not a violation of our code.
Well, what do they sell in those trucks? Do you
I
have
don't
any
know.
idea?
I
I
don't-
mean, they have like little doobies on the
I don't think
pictures of
it's-
doobies on the
My
truck.
understanding is it's anything that you could buy
Right?
at CVS, Walgreens, Walmart.
You can buy a doobie at CBS.
I don't know if you can buy a doobie at CVS.
I mean, they had pictures of them on the truck. It's like, I mean, but is it
Have
like
you ever smoked a doobie?
never?
I
I
haven't
never
either.
smoked a cigarette or a
I haven't
doobie.
either.
So
I don't understand. You see like TH9 and Delta 7. And
yeah, what is all
I don't-
that?
I
yeah.
don't know. I'm
Anyway.
dumb.
So that picture of that one truck, it was like 700 comments because
Yeah.
there are people that understand what those products
Yeah.
do. They say it helps you with your pain and things like that.
Sure,
And
sure.
oh, people are buying you drinks now too, Dan. Look at that. I know you can't drink on the show.
Well,
So-
you're doing it.
So what else is going on? That I know Town Hall is going to open soon with the new building there. And I sat with Andy last night. For folks, if you have not gotten to know the town manager now, he is one of the most personable people that you will meet on this island next to Dan and Adderholt. Not so much John King because he really is a tyrant, but you really should just try and have a call him up and have a conversation with him. He really is a good egg, man.
He is very personable. What I like about him is you can give him a hard time and he takes it and he'll give it right back.
Yeah.
He's not offended by things. And he and I, Frankie, joke around all the time. We've talked about once we're all done with this, we're going to start our own little podcast. And
Dude,
it can be pretty hilarious.
You know, you guys, what I was thinking that you guys now will have the experience of rebuilding an island. When this happens to somebody else, you could be the people. Like they sent people here when you didn't know.
Right.
You guys can go because this has been crazy.
And I'll tell you that experience for me was very helpful. When the people from Bay County came down, Megan and I went out and had dinner with them and sat for 2 hours and listened to them. And everything they said was going to happen and how it happened has happened. You're going to see the market go like this, and you're going to see it do this, and you're going to see FEMA do this, and you're going to see everything they said. And then they gave us very good ideas on how to navigate some of that. So we implemented that. And then you figure things out on your own. What better way, how you contact people, who you talk to, how you talk to them. And now hopefully that knowledge we can share with other people.
Yeah.
To say this is our experience. It worked for us. Take it. And eventually people will get better and stronger and faster and faster and faster. But it all comes with making sure you have that communication. If you don't have communication with the county and the state and your fire district and your Lee County Sheriff's Office, when a storm like that hits, you're already behind the 8 ball and you're going to be fighting uphill to get back to level.
Speaking of communication, we had your new PIO on the show yesterday at Margaritaville, and she is a great
pretty
hire.
good, yeah.
She's young. She understands social media. She found a boyfriend on a dating app, which she shared on the show with us, which I thought was, I mean, she's really.
How does anybody meet anybody anymore?
I don't know. I don't meet anybody.
Do you imagine if you
No way.
if you would you,
I would
love
put
to
my
see you on a
picture with the
dating app.
yellow banana suit on a dating app. I should do that now just to see if anybody calls. It'll be guys that call mostly, I'm sure. I think she's going to be fabulous. And
She's
really,
great.
it
She's
was
got
so
patience
interesting
like-
because I don't think she really wanted to leave Bay Oaks. She really loved being around those kids. And now and Andy wanted to pull her in, it sounded like, but I think she's going to be great.
Well, the good thing is she'll be able to do both. I mean, she'll still be around Bay Oaks. She'll still be able to do the things there. Maybe not at the capacity that she had before, but she seems to be embracing it. And
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I've had several run-ins with her and the Bay Oaks staff and doing some of the things that they do with the kids and the patience they have. If they have the patience to
Yeah.
do that, they have the patience to do anything.
And that, to me, that's a dream job. Like, other than this, that would be a dream job because you're involved in the rebuild and getting the information.
That's a job I'd want.
All
I would do that
people,
job. I think it'd be great.
I don't know how you can simplify it anymore. Is all people want is information about your beach. All they want to know is how their little cubby hole's doing, how their condo's doing, how their bar is doing, how SOB is doing. Why is Times Square taking so long? What the hell's going on in Santini Plaza? And that's like the dream. You're giving them everything they want. It seems like the dream job. And so when I was talking to Andy about it last night, I said, hey, did you get a lot of applications for that job? He goes, yeah. And some people didn't fill out the applications or didn't, they just didn't get it. It does take a certain understanding of Fort Myers Beach to get that. And I think she does because she's from around here.
Well, and one thing that sticks in my head, my former boss always used to say, you can't project manage from a desk, right? You can't sit at a desk and project manage, especially when it comes to construction, rebuild, things like that. You have to be out in the field. If you try to project manage from a desk, you're going to fail before you even get started. So to be able to go out and leave the confines of those beautiful trailers and interact with staff and interact with the public and show daily pictures of things that are going on, that's how you manage projects. That's how you manage expectations. And that's how you get the information out that people want to hear.
There's a lot of activity going on. A very active group. The shrimp boat people or the shrimp festival people are going to be fun. Of course,
it's the busiest. It's the busiest weekend on the island every year before the storm.
And just so everybody knows, we are going to be broadcasting the Shrimp Festival Parade live from outside the Fins Up Beach Club, which is March the 9th at 10 o'clock. So our show will. We actually, Tom, would you like to co-host that with me and Kim? We need a third wheel for a parade. So that would be a lot of fun. Because you'll be close.
You're going to be up on the deck broadcasting?
No, we're going to be right out on the sidewalk. We'll have a tiny setup. We'll have just our old box. And that's going to be a great weekend for this beach. You better get down here early if you're coming for that. Because
everybody's looking forward to it. It's just another step in the recovery.
Yeah. Anything you want to share that we missed?
No, I want to take a minute, though, to really thank Vice Mayor Adderholt for all his hard work.
Yes.
What he's been doing on the south end with Santini Plaza, with the 7-Eleven, and keeping people informed. It's been very helpful. It's nice that he and his beautiful wife, Brenda, were able to get back into a house and start getting some normalcy back. And, when you see his energy and things, it really keeps you motivated to want to get stuff done.
So, if anyone doesn't know, we're going to have the owner of Santini Plaza on our show next Sunday. He's going to be here right after the mayor. So I know there aren't any people that are interested in Santini Plaza opening, but
everybody is.
And
thank you to Karen Woodson. The gala they had last night was fantastic. It was, as you said, there were a lot of muckety mucks in there. But some of the money raised was quite incredible.
They were flipping Benjamins around like there were no tomorrow last night.
I did hear of someone made the wrong choice to go to the bathroom at the wrong time, and their paddle ended up winning.
It wasn't me because I didn't.
One of the people at their table threw their paddle in a bag, and they ended up winning. So it was that kind of. It wasn't a huge dollar amount. Thank God, but it was what our friends are for.
Yeah.
And I really want to thank Councilor King for being man enough to deal with you the rest of the day, because that's going to be torture.
We're going to be out in the sun at the Red Sox game. But they put us at a table last night where they didn't give any people paddles because they know, okay, this guy's got no money. He's not going to bid on anything. So Ben's looking at me like he's got shit to do. So thank you. A big hand for Mayor Dan Allers, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, while I take a bathroom break, Ed Schoonover, who is running for the LPA, is going to come on over. Ed? Big hand for Ed Schoonover. Then we're going to give me two more minutes. He's going to take care of me here. You're going to read those right there. This is usually what Kim does. Take two. Go ahead.
All right. I did this horribly last time, so I'll try to do it again. Try to do it better this time. Ed's ad copy, by the way, is it's terrible. So we're going to talk about Power Block Builders first. Power Block Builders has built hundreds of structures for Lennar Homes and other developers since 2017. See, I told you. It's a father and son company. Oscar Jr. is the licensed general contractor and roofing contractor. Oscar Sr. is the mason by trade with over 35 years of concrete experience. The only builder in the entire area with a 4,500 square foot luxury showroom, only a few minutes away from the beach. They broke ground on 2 homes in Fort Myers Beach, with many more in the last revision phase of permitting. Power Block Builders has 9 beach models to offer from 1,000 to 3,000 square feet, with many more on the way. It's powerblockbuilders.com. And one of the Oscars is probably sitting in their car right now waiting for their cell phone to ring at 239-204-0978. 239-204-0978. That's for Power Block Builders. And here we go with Mark Dorston. It's not too late. You can still collect from your insurance company. We still haven't. I just thought I'd ad-lib that. My wife's not listening, but we still have not done that. Do not accept the insurance company, the engineering reports from them. If the carrier denied your claim by saying it was all flood, call Mark Dorston. If your stilt house had to be demolished, give Mark Dorston a call. Your insurance company cannot close your claim. You can still dispute what you were paid, but time is running out. If you already have an attorney or a public adjuster, please ask them. I know there are a lot of people who sincerely believe they could get their claim paid only to end up frustrated. That's Mark Dorston. He's a primary adjuster with DorstonClaims.com at 850-276-7326. And
Good job.
I still have Jose Barrera.
It's Jorge Barrera.
Jorge. See, I told you.
I'll take it. By the way, everybody, Ed is running for not running for. He wants to be on the LPA, and we're gonna have him on Friday. Can you come on Friday at 5? Remotely.
Yeah,
from
possibly.
Your house.
Yep.
We got to check your schedule. You don't have a job. What do you got to check?
I got to check my schedule. I'm trying to find a job that sucks less.
All right. Thank you for your help, Ed.
All right. See ya.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our friends from the Shrimp Festival are here, the Lions Club. Come on down. Ben, sit next to me, man. Help me out here. It's crazy. It looks like you got some crazy stuff going on. He had a whole hour to get prepared, and now he's running away. Come on down. You guys got to get over here. Got to come over here. Just get nice and close.
Get nice and close.
I'm going to move over a little
right.
so we're all on the screen here. Ben, wait, what?
There you have it.
Grab your microphones. Go ahead, grab the mic. You got 3.
Testing.
Right
testing.
there.
Just don't knock
No
it over.
elbows.
You're good. Wait, grab number 3. There you go.
Passport.
All right, Ben, you got to squeeze in there so we're all on the
Everybody
camera.
in? Everybody in? It's a good thing we bathed last week.
Yeah.
I didn't.
did we?
I didn't.
Or did we?
Look
Ben-
at Anna's armpits.
Ben
No, you
Duval
don't need to see that, but
from-
it's aggressive.
from Tuna Skin.
Greetings, salutations.
Ben,
Come on in.
Yes,
Come-
yes.
We
come
have
closer,
Shelby.
come closer.
Shelby. Oh, Shelby.
From Shelby, introduce yourself.
Where's your-
from the Lions?
Where's your
Shelby,
baby?
Hey, I don't have babies with me, but I do have the official Lions pin. I'm a
All right.
3rd generation Lion.
Okay.
My grandfather's the one that inspired the Shrimp Festival. It used to be a barbecue fest, and he was like, "Why are we having a barbecue festival and we're promoting the shrimping industry? We should make this a shrimp thing."
True story. True
So
story.
my whole life, I've never known anything but Shrimp Festival.
Right.
And that's all we want to know.
Right.
Keep that in mind, Daddy.
Okay. That's all we want to know.
And Anna over here to my left,
Anna is from
her
R&J.
family, she's from E&J.
E&J,
Erickson
sorry.
and Jensen. Anna's family owns all the shrimp boats. They're the only ones
I'm
remaining.
4th generation.
4th generation.
Nice.
I'm a 3rd generation Lion. She's a 4th generation shrimper. And we're
Sweet.
here. We want to talk.
Well, why are you
We're
here,
here
Ben?
to
I'm
respect the
here to talk
industry.
about the passport.
Tuna
Okay.
Yes,
Skin.
he is.
Let's give a big
Put it
giant.
up close to the camera. Show him.
But
Give him a
let's
good
give
show
a
up.
big giant shout out to Tuna Skin and the entire Fort Myers Beach community.
True
we
story.
have all come together. Tuna Skin has really reined it in,
Mhm.
and they're like, "We want to support you. We want to make this happen." So
So
thank you.
we have the passport, the official shrimp crawl passport. We got
Wait, can we talk about
We can.
why?
I'm calling
we-
it a Bible. Let's
Talk
just
about
put
you're
that
here.
out there.
Talk about whatever you
And
want.
So
Yeah.
what happened? So what happened was we used to always be in Lynn Hall Park, right?
Right,
Forever
right,
and ever
right.
and ever. And we're not able to be there this year because there's no facilities, there's no bathrooms.
That doesn't mean we're giving up. No. Because Fort Myers Beach doesn't give up.
Yes.
So what happened was we can't execute the festival in Lynn Hall Park where we've always been. There's no facilities there. It's just not ready, and it's
Right.
always been a county thing. So now we're at Bayside.
We're
and
shifting gears, everybody.
we
That's
can
what we
only-
do best.
So nice down here.
So we can
great.
only have, I'm sorry to say, there's only available space for 40 vendors. So we ex-nayed any food, and it's all arts and crafts. So
Okay.
you're going to get arts and crafts from all over the country.
That's where the
But-
passport comes in.
Yes.
But there's no shrimp oil capacity. We have
Oh,
no
bummer.
capacity for any food,
Okay.
anything. So Lions have traditionally toiled and boiled for 2 days to make a boil happen.
And we respect the past, but we've got to make things work, and especially for the island.
So because we can't have
Get
all
your butts to the island.
we can't have all the shrimp festival boil.
Right.
We wanted to make sure that the local shrimp, the mission of the Lions has always been to honor the shrimping industry. That's what brought this whole beach together. So we
Yes.
wanted to continue to honor the shrimping industry and promote the economy on Fort Myers Beach. So we paired up with the restaurants, and Anna from Erickson and Jensen gave them
Come see me unload
a
on
hell
Monday.
of a
I'll be
deal
unloading the Malolo.
on pink gold
Probably
shrimp.
shrimp at the event from the Malolo.
Pink gold shrimp are on special prices for the whole festival duration.
When you say Monday, what do you mean? Where Monday?
I'll be unloading at 1100 Shrimp Boat Lane.
Okay.
That's where the boats unload, everybody.
Cool.
Keep
So-
the education rolling.
So
That's what we do
gave
best
all
here on the
local
island.
restaurants. We were like, here's a great deal. Buy our shrimp, local shrimp only. Like you can't serve Asian shrimp.
Why not
We're-
take it from the boat to the throat? We
Boat to the
deserve that.
Hope
So-
to
We
the throat.
deserve that.
So
That's a shirt
we
right
put
there.
an offer out
Hope
to
to the
all
throat.
the restaurants on the beach. We were like, since we can't have the shrimp at the festival, we want to send the people
Yes.
out into the community.
Is there a
And
shrimp
so-
eating contest? Is that what
We'll
that
talk
trophy's
about-
about?
We'll talk about that next.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So we send everybody, instead of the Lions toiling and boiling on the shrimp, we were like, why are we going to do this? We don't have the capacity. Let's send people to the businesses. So all the businesses have partnered up, and
to create
Here
the
we go.
shrimp
The
crawl
passport.
passport.
AKA the Shrimp Bible.
So with the shrimp crawl passport, there were 16 local restaurants that are
And
participating
bars.
and
And
bars.
bars,
yes.
So it's not just a meal that you can get. It's also drinks,
Bloody
margaritas,
Marys.
Bloody Marys, and they're
Everything.
all made with the pink gold
A
shrimp.
chemical-free, straight from the boats.
To the
That's
throat.
the
Go
education.
to the throat.
Come and get it. Come
Yeah.
enjoy the true
Go
spirit
to
of
the
the
throat.
island.
That's a shirt.
I know.
Man. That's a tuna skin
All
shirt.
right, let's
right
let
there.
Ben
All right,
talk.
so
Let's let
so
Ben
with
talk.
those participating restaurants, if you pick up your shrimp crawl passport, you can pick them up at Erickson and Jensen. You can
Yes.
pick them up at Tuna Skin right here on the beach. You can also pick them up at the Chamber of Commerce. It's all going to start on the 4th of March.
and Wahoo Willie's
Wahoo
and
Willie's.
Snug Harbor.
And Wahoo Willie's in
Yes,
Snug
yes,
Harbor.
yes.
And it's going to all start on the 4th. Pick up your shrimp crawl passport when you visit
It's
one of
free.
these
It's free.
restaurants.
It's
It is free. When you visit one of these restaurants, they're all in here. They have a description of what
How many?
the meal is, 16.
16.
And all you have to do is visit 6, though we do encourage everyone to visit more, but go and get that shrimp crawl meal and you get a sticker on your passport. And when you get a total of 6 or more, you can take that passport in to Erickson and Jensen or Tuna Skin, and they'll take the it's in the back here. It is that right there. They will certify that you visited 6 locations.
Verified, come first.
Thank you, Vanna. They'll certify that you visited those 6 locations. They'll peel off that right there, and that becomes your raffle ticket. There were a bunch of donated restaurants and local
what are the
businesses.
raffles,
There's a
Ben?
couple nights stay at local hotels.
So
There
many.
are some gift certificates, Tuna Skin, Island Fit, Wahoo Willie's here. Everybody has donated gift
Key West
certificates.
Express.
Key West, some swag. There's some hats, there's shirts, there's all sorts of really cool stuff, and we're gonna pick those raffle winners at the closing ceremony, right, Shelby?
Right,
So basically,
closing.
you get to treat yourself with shrimp, of course.
Treat
The best
yourself.
in the world.
So the best.
But you also get to maybe win something.
Yeah.
So it's a
So
value.
it's not
understanding.
something.
Can
You
we
win like
can we
a.
talk about the shrimp eating contest?
Okay,
What's going
here,
on with that?
Yes.
So I'm the shrimp eating contest.
Wait, what?
I started the shrimp eating
Okay.
contest in 2015. I moved home from college. I was like, we never have enough promotion on
That's nice.
Sunday of the festival. We need
Yeah.
something to draw
These are the
people
winners.
to the festival. So I created the
Shout out to
shrimp
Carl.
I created the shrimp eating contest to draw people to the festival on the Sunday of the event. And now we're almost in our 10th year. And the Whale has graciously
Oh,
offered
nice.
to sponsor us. And they're going to build a stage. So the reigning champ can't be with us this year. But
So there's opportunities.
Oh,
but
wide
wait,
opening.
whoa. So another Fort Myers Beach firefighter is participating.
Oh.
But the highlight is we have our original OG champion. He'll be there, Carl Cias. He is like the local lawn care guy. So we've got, I think it might be
Carl
12
can
participants.
eat some shrimp.
Whoever can eat 3 pounds the fastest
In 8 minutes.
In 8
in
minutes.
8 minutes. And
That
the
sounds
whale's
like-
gonna
that sounds
have
like a
the
clear
whale's
shot to
gonna
the
have
toilet.
A secret sauce.
Wow.
And
Secret
it's gonna-
sauce.
It's
I don't
yeah.
know if I trust Mike and Don with
Hey,
secret sauce.
Let me tell you about the secret sauce.
What's in
on
the
a-
secret
at a
sauce?
late-
It's not a secret
at
if
a-
you tell them about it.
I'm not.
Yeah,
Okay.
don't give
I
too
Just
much
making sure.
At a
information.
later date, Ed. Okay.
At a
So,
later date.
Shrimp
Ben.
eating contest champion. We're gonna have our OG champ, and it's gonna be a good time. So let's talk about the blessings.
So on March
Sunday.
10th, we'll be doing a blessing of the fleet, keeping it real, keeping it old school, bringing the beach back. Everyone deserves it. Let's bring the time to everybody.
Let's
So
talk about
basically, we're going to start the day at 10 a.m.
at
with-
the shrimp docks.
at the Shrimp Docks with a full church service through St. Raphael's. And then after that, we'll be spending the next hour doing the blessing of the fleet. It involves holy water and palm fronds, a lot of slanging. You know we need it at this beach.
All right,
Bring
all right.
the holy
And we're
Listen,
water.
gonna bless.
Listen,
We're-
I know you guys have a lot more to say, but I need to get Drew on the show because I need
No,
to have
Drew doesn't.
Drew.
You want Drew?
Yes.
Drew doesn't want to be here.
You want
Drew,
Drew?
come over here.
You
Drew,
just want his
'cause
hat.
Oh, he wants Drew. I'm
I
not
already
mad
have a
at it.
hat.
We love Drew.
Ed,
I already have a hat.
It's
All right, get out of here.
Stuck in her head.
Here he is.
Come on,
Here
Drew.
he is.
This isn't even organized, Kate.
This is a
Hello.
hat that is going to be
Come
for
eat
sale.
shrimp.
Chuck. Drew, when are the hats going to be ready? The hats. When are the hats
Oh,
going to be
people
ready?
want the hats. People
I
need
need to
them.
get on the mic there.
1 week. 1 week, and our friends at Beach Talk Radio.
Oh
are gonna
my
help us
God!
sell
Oh my
these
God!
wonderful-
The
Get 'em here
trophy is
first.
stuck in her hair. The trophy is stuck in her hair.
I'm part of the trophy.
Talk about shrimp.
Holy Christmas! This show has really gone wild. It's gone crazy now. Thank
It's
God
shrimp.
Tim's not here.
It's shrimp
It's
wild.
gone.
I
to the
have to
shrimp.
get to the Red Sox game, everybody. Thank you
Yeah,
guys for
pick
coming
up
on.
your
No,
passport
Ed,
starting
What?
the 4th.
I
What?
have a gift
Calm
for
down
you.
on March
Oh, she has
10th.
a gift. Now stand by.
I have a gift.
All right.
Where is it?
Oh, we do
Where's
have a
the
gift.
gift?
You got it?
This is going swimmingly.
Ed,
Anyways, 10. Calm down. 10
What is that?
o'clock. 10 on 10.
All right, I'll hold it.
Doing the blessing of the fleet. Everybody
the
be there.
Shrimp Festival Blessing is the original event.
Nice. Very nice.
The original event. The whole purpose of Shrimp Festival is to honor the fleet. We always wanted to honor the shrimp industry. So Anna's throwing a whole holy Eucharist. Everything's happening. But we wanted to present.
Thank you. That's
these
very nice. Is
for
that the
you.
shirts that are
This
going to be
is
for sale?
you.
Thank
This
you
is for you. And
very much.
Show it to the show
Is it
to
a
the
medium?
camera.
I don't know what size you need, but here's
Small.
what size you're getting.
Oh, thank you.
Schmedium.
Amazon
I feel like
says
that's
I'm a
his
medium.
energy. Schmedium.
Who cares about Amazon? This
Aye,
is a
sorry.
local
That's all right.
event. We
Are they
don't
going to
wanna-
be for sale at the event?
Yes. Okay.
Of course.
So these shirts are going to be available at the Lions booth. Don't buy any other Shrimp
Nice.
Festival shirt. These are the only original shirts you can get. If it's a collector's item, you need it.
You can also buy
Here's
Bless This
one.
Mess shirts at the
Here's
Shrimp
Thank you,
Docks.
thank
you,
All
thank you,
funds
thank you
going
very much.
to
We
the
want you to
scholarship.
represent those with your
I
hat
will.
on.
Thank you very much.
This is the
Very important.
Let me just tell you guys, this is the 66th year.
I'm stuck, by the way. I can't go anywhere.
But
Don't get
here,
that stuck
let
in
me-
your hair.
Let me see.
I know.
Listen, Ed, there's a lot of information, but the main focus here is that
the
we
Eucharist. I know.
serve for the scholarships funds. We care about the community, and everyone should be educated on the wild caught
Thank
pink
you.
gold. All
Thank
right.
you.
Only
Enjoy your
buy
day.
local
Ladies,
pink shrimp.
Can we get a big hand for the folks from the Lions Club? It really is going to be
Go
a
get
great
yourself
time.
a passport.
And get a passport.
Get
Get a
As soon as
passport.
thank you guys.
Local pink gold shrimp.
Thank you guys for coming on, and have a drink when you have a seat over there. Thank you so much for coming up. Somehow there we go.
Flex
Thank
those
you.
muscles with the trophy, Ed.
All right.
You know you got that on. I got it.
Don't drop it. Don't drop it. Watch your hair, by the way. That thing will get stuck in your hair. All right, everybody. Before we get out of here and we head down to the Boston Red Sox game, I don't know. I can't hear anything. Jorge Barrera at Schoonover. That's how you say his name. It's not George. It's Jorge Barrera with Premier Plus Realty. When you're ready to sell your house, condo, or vacant lot, call Jorge, because he's sitting in his car right now waiting for you to call him at 239-791-9893. That's 239-791-98. What is the spread on the Red Sox Twins game today? I mean, right now I have to bet. I have to gamble something. When you're ready to sell, give Jorge a call. When you're ready to buy, by the way, I mean, Jorge is buying and selling properties here on Fort Myers Beach. Oh, there we go. I can't do the ads without the music because it's kind of. I like the jig. I like to do the jig. Jorge Barrera. Hey, Ed, what ads did you read, Ed? I don't have no idea. Ed, scoon over. What ads did you read? I don't want to short anybody. Power Block and. Oh, you read Jorge? Oh, Dorston. Okay, well, we're good then. I read all the ads. By the way, everybody, what we didn't mention with the mayor is on March the 16th at Bay Oaks, there's a pickleball contest going on to benefit the Community Foundation. And Jim Adderholt has challenged Kim and I. I mean, Kim and I are like world-class athletes. We've done the world's toughest mudder 5 times. Dan Allers, I mean, he has his knees are broken. He's got fake knees. And now he needs to come back to defend his honor. What number you got?
3.
Go ahead.
Well, first off, I didn't know that I was put into this challenge with Vice
There
Mayor
you go.
Adderholt.
There you go.
But I do
So-
have a bum knee.
So
But
my strategy.
I know it's hard to believe, but I am a world-class athlete. In what sport? I don't know. But
in a
I'm
previous life, or is that what you're saying? In a previous life?
You know, I used to be an athlete.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, round is a shape. So I am in shape.
Listen, my strategy, I think I shared this on the show yesterday. My strategy is to blast the ball right at you, man.
Bring it on, big
I'm
fella.
going to just blast it somehow.
You
I
ever
don't
see me
think I
charging
don't
that?
think you could.
You
I
ever
don't,
see me
but I
charging
don't
that?
think you've got a lot of
I will run
agility.
through you like a rhino.
It's not a violent sport, bro. It's like I'm keeping the ball away from Adderholt because I know Adderholt's a tennis player.
Well, he's competitive. I'm
Does he-
competitive.
Okay. I think there should be gambling on this game because
I think we should do it for charity.
but I also think we should be spotted a few points because I'm playing with a girl on my team.
Well, so is Jim. I mean,
All right, it's even Steven then. I'm with you. No, so I think we're going to play on March the 16th
is that
at
what it is?
8
What they're-
o'clock. I think because the tournament starts, I think, at 9. So, and they said this game, it's only going to be 15 minutes. It's like, well, I got to go to the gym beforehand because I'm only going to work
That's like
out for
3
15
bathroom
minutes.
See, that's where I think we're going to have the upper hand. We're going to have to take Kim on by herself
that's
because you're
right.
going to be running to the bathroom.
Good luck with that, man.
So I think we're going to come out on top. But
So
we should do this for charity.
Yeah, right.
somehow.
We need to figure out a way where you guys pick a charity and we pick a charity and we have an easy way for people to donate so that we can, make it competitive with the 2 charities that we're
Who's
picking.
keeping score?
I think Joy from the Community Foundation. I don't even know how to score
you
the
ever
game.
played pickleball?
Never in my life. Never in
I
my
haven't
life.
either. I've never even picked up a pickleball
But
paddle.
I mean, I've climbed some walls and I've run some races, so
So
I don't know if that means
But
anything.
it's usually from running from somebody. It's not because I wanted to do it for fun.
So
All right.
that's March 16th at Bay Oaks.
Yeah,
Thank you, Dan.
We've got
That's going to be a lot of fun. So thank you all for coming to Wahoo Willie's. Thank you for the from the folks from the Lions Club. Thanks to Dan. Thank you guys for buying our merchandise. Thank you all for coming to the show yesterday. I am going to be late for the baseball game. just letting the affiliates down the line know that we ran overtime and we're going to be late for the game, but we're going to have fun with everybody at Fenway Park Junior today. We will see you Friday for our interview with Ed Schoonover. And next weekend, don't forget, Sunday, we're going to have the owner of Santini Plaza here. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.